Hi, this is Sophia Cordova for ELM 526. This is the mock parent meetup video, and we will start with the summary of 5th grader Claire's literacy goals and test scores, and beginning with especially with what Claire does exceedingly well, which is she shows a great deal of enthusiasm and passion for learning. She loves science, learning having a great sense of humor, and socializing with peers, and utilizing all this, her love for imagery, learning in a very photographic way. These are all great ways that we can accommodate and modify any strategies and tools we can use as a resource to improve Claire's literacy goals. And beginning with what especially she did well with her scores was she had a 0% error score when it came to understanding vocabulary, but her error scores were highest in the 35 to 40th percentile range when it came to understanding context, cause and effect, and details. So putting those into strategies such as giving her context clues through Tier 2 instruction, which involves a blend of independent and group reading rather than specifically one-on-one or group intervention. Giving her context clues through things like consulting a dictionary, whether it be physical or technological, day to day, and encouraging her and reassuring her that it is okay to ask questions no matter what, in case she has any doubts or any questions about a word she comes across that she struggles with, which she admits to having a difficult time with, and to just make sure that to make it safe and accommodating for her to know it is okay to ask questions, that she doesn't need to worry or freeze up, that all she needs to do is raise her hand, and that she has tools at her disposal, and to understand that even though she understands her vocabulary very well, it is important to understand its detail and meaning as well, and to give her context clues day to day through intervention strategies such as interactive reading day to day, by not only reading with her whether it be with peers or one-on-one, that anything from reading prints on a billboard to recipe steps, which is a kind of science, a mixture of chemistry and interaction, and rhymes and poems such as the tune of London Bridges Falling Down to Cirrus Clouds are all around. And knowing how much she admits to loving making performances and making her friends laugh and doing voices of characters she likes reading, this would be ideal for her to integrate a combination of science, history, literacy in order to reach her literacy goals more rapidly. And when it comes to understanding words in their context, because she loves performing so much, things like doing kinesthetic motions or activities like charades or Pictionary would be ideal for her both at home and at school, to know that these are games she can play along with flashcards, using strategies such as a graphic organizer that she can both research and both go over on her own by looking these up online or finding them in books, where she can discover the main idea of a topic and then discover how it is almost scientifically broken down by subject, by color, by imagery. These can all help her understand the context clues of learning and her literacy goals, along with the reward of possibly performing a small skit or a reader's theater assignment where she can look up a historical scientist or figure and understand that she can use literacy to write her own scripts or skits, to understand the context of literary understanding of why these scientific experiments were important or what these scientists did in history that was significant. And when it comes to peers and making sure she's staying on task, we can also work to encourage both her and her peers to use what's called the IES peer system, which is prompt, evaluate, expand, and repeat. That whatever they're discussing, to make sure that they're doing it in a peer style, to making sure she can always communicate with her peers and classmates, but to make sure that she is staying on task as well. When it comes to tools and technology, I understand some parents are concerned that reading with ebooks or audiobooks aren't necessarily seen as true reading, but a way to counter this is to have tools which highlight certain vocabulary words and give the option to understand their definitions, and to also challenge Claire to have certain timed parts of the day where she reads on her own and understands that she needs to read independently and understand the context of what she's reading within a certain amount of time by coming back and coming with main ideas and explanations, or even pictures of what she understood, or maybe and questions of maybe what she needs help with. And when it comes to getting extra help, say in community resources, many local colleges allow or offer free before and after school tutoring at certain times of the day, at certain times of the week. So these would be resources we can provide links to and contact information, along with at-home websites such as Toolkit or the IES Project Gutenberg. These are websites which offer online tutoring, online help, and resources and suggestions to help students at every level and every subject with what they're struggling with, and integrating what they enjoy learning with the literacy goals that they need to reach. And one of the best ways to engage and motivate students is to give them a personal reward that they can receive when they've reached a certain literacy goal by a certain time. And in Claire's case, and something ideal would be a toolkit or a science toolkit for kids, or trips to museums, science fairs, getting to watch more humorous media such as Bill Nye, where his videos are still enjoyed to this day, where he integrates both humor and science in order to understand what is going on, as well as making sure that children understand the literacy and vocabulary behind science. And as for following up, websites such as Class Dojo, apps such as Class Dojo, messaging, regular emails are all sources we can use. And if you prefer a more private direct line, Class Dojo is suggested, and still goes in line with the model code of ethics for teachers, for parents, and families who really want an extra level of privacy and a direct line of contact between teachers and families. So with that is my mock parent-teacher video summary, and I will be seeing you in class very soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.